Hi Pisces, this is a video for Pisces Suns. My name is Mo Moon. Welcome. I am going to do a tarot reading for you today, Pisces Suns, called Decision Maker Tarot Spread. So this Decision Maker spread has 6 cards. Each card represents a different subject. The first card represents you now. The second card represents this is your focus. The third card represents difficult influences. The fourth card represents this makes sense. The fifth card represents unexpected insight. And the sixth card represents the outcome. So I'm going to be using my Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, the classic. And I'm going to be turning the cards over after I place them down in front of me one by one and showing you the card and kind of getting a feel for what you might see into the card and then telling you how I interpret it. So this is for Pisces Suns. I'm just going to shuffle the cards a couple more times. Pisces, I hope you're doing well. It's October 13. I keep saying it's October 13 and then I'm like, wait a minute, is it October 13th? But I'm pretty sure it is. It's a Tuesday anyway of that week. Yeah, so maybe it's October 14th. Yesterday was Thanksgiving Monday, so I should get my dates straight before I start talking about the date, but nobody's perfect, right? At least I'll admit that I'm not. So let's go ahead and place these cards for you, Pisces Suns. The first card is you now, Pisces Suns. The second card represents this is your focus. This third card represents for you, Pisces Suns, difficult influences. The fourth card for you, Pisces Suns, represents this makes sense. The next card is the fifth card, and it represents unexpected insight. And the last card is the sixth card in this spread, and it represents the outcome for you, Pisces Suns. So let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say for this Decision Maker spread. It's a general reading, so I'll try to keep it as general as possible so we can all see yourselves in this reading. And let's go ahead and start. So this card is you now. First card. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse for you now. So how do you feel when you see this card? Excuse me. The Six of Pentacles. Do you see the gray? Do you feel like there's a lot of confusion with all that gray? Not really being able to make out the difference between the sky and the ground. Almost like perhaps you might be able to feel when you look at this card, Pisces, that there isn't a sense of grounding or direction because everything's upside down, right? But the Six of Pentacles, if you can look a little deeper into it, you see that there's a person giving some alms or money to the woman or the man in yellow over here, and there's a scale in the person's hand as they are giving. It's the Six of Pentacles, and for you now, it could represent the desire that you have to give, and yet the desire that you have to give not being able to be fulfilled through, maybe not through normal means, but maybe you are still trying to give, because we do still have the Six of Pentacles, which is about giving. So it could be that you're looking for new ways to be able to give to people. Maybe you want to create art projects and give people a piece of your talent, or perhaps instead of giving money, you're thinking about ways where you could volunteer your time to help a cause that you are very passionate about. Perhaps you're, with the You Now card being the Six of Pentacles in reverse, you're giving to your family. Maybe you made them a turkey dinner for Thanksgiving and sent them each a platter. I know my partner's mom did that. She gave us each a platter of turkey dinner, and it was delicious. I didn't eat the turkey, but I ate the rest, the potatoes and the vegetables and the apple crumble pie that she made. It was really good. Shout out to Lena. She's a Pisces. just like this reading is for Pisces. But let's get back on track for you. So for you now, I do see a lot of like, there's something that's hurting my brain when I'm looking at this card. And I think it's the fact that we know that this person is giving, but we also feel like they're giving a little bit too stingy, like. And because this card is reversed, I feel like perhaps you're feeling like you're in that situation where you're giving, but you're being stingy. But I think that the card is in reverse to let you know that that's not the case. It isn't you being stingy. You're still giving. It's just that you're giving what you're able to give. And I mean, just the whole fact that this whole reading is starting out with you now wondering how you can give and not be stingy says a lot about you, Pisces suns. It says that you're natural givers, you're natural lovers, you're not takers, so much as you are givers. The next card we have is This Is Your Focus. Pisces suns, this is your focus. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse for This Is Your Focus. So what do you see when you look at this card? I know it's hard to see it upside down, but focus your eyes, because this is your focus card. Focus your eyes on This Is Your Focus. So if this card is representing you, how do you feel like this card you can identify with this card? How do you feel like you can identify with this card, Pisces suns? Do you feel like, if I turn it over for just a little bit, maybe that'll help a little bit more. The Queen of Pentacles in the right side up position for This Is Your Focus, but you had her in reverse. So it's trying to tell us something about the Queen of Pentacles within you. So I think that you're having a little bit of low self-esteem. I feel that with this card. I'm just going to say that. I feel like you're having a little bit of low self-esteem as far as your ability to show care and concern for people, because you have the Queen of Pentacles card. So it's obviously an energy that is there for you, that is there with you. It's obviously an energy that you are embodying, the Queen of Pentacles. And don't forget that it's the Queen of Pentacles that we have here. So it's really somebody who is no newbie to being the Queen of Pentacles, no newbie to being the Queen of Spirituality. And maybe you don't see yourself as the Queen of Spirituality, because maybe you see yourself as something less than that. Because as I said, maybe you're dealing with some low self-esteem right now. But with This Is Your Focus, it's not about focusing on your low self-esteem as much as it's just acknowledging the fact that it's there. Now, maybe this doesn't apply to everybody, every Pisces sun, but with the Queen of Pentacles, it's really about the fact that it's in reverse here. And that's just to say that there is a problem that you're having with seeing yourself in this position of the Queen of Pentacles, because this is your focus, which means that you're focusing on the Queen of Pentacles. And maybe you're focusing on someone around you as well who has that Queen of Pentacles appearance to you, and maybe you're comparing yourself to that person. But this is a card that is in your reading, so even though you may be comparing yourself to somebody who reminds you of this Queen of Pentacles, it's because you have that in yourself, that you are being triggered by this other person that you're paying attention to. Maybe the fact that you're being triggered by this other person that you're seeing as the Queen of Pentacles goes to show you that that's something that you already have within yourself. The next card we have for you, Pisces suns, is Difficult Influences. So card number 3. For difficult influences, we have the Four of Cups. So what do you see, Pisces suns, when you look at this Four of Cups for difficult influences? How do you see yourself in this as far as difficult influences goes? What's the first thing that pops into your mind? Is it concentration? Do you feel like concentration could be a difficulty? But do you see how this person is already concentrating on what's in front of him or her? If you're a woman watching this, or a male, or however you identify as your gender, this person is focusing. So for difficult influences, perhaps you are feeling like you're being offered an offer that is distracting you from what you are already satisfied with. Perhaps you feel like you don't need to receive anymore. You already feel content with what you have. And it's actually almost kind of annoying to you to be having something else offered to you, because you feel like you are good where you are. You're able to focus on what you have, and anything that is thrown into the mix at this point is going to be something that's going to throw you off. So for difficult influences, I see that. But then there's the blue of the sky, which is really about clarity and calmness. And there's no clouds in the sky. It's like, I can just imagine this being like a warm summer day where this person is sitting under the tree. Maybe there's a warm breeze. And it's really like, maybe this is how you feel right now as you're focusing on what you have in your life. Maybe you feel like that's the sort of temperature that is around you, one where you're just maybe not in the physical world, maybe you're not living in the summertime, but maybe the atmosphere of what you've created through your meditation and through your practices has caused you to be in a sort of space where you feel comfortable just as you are. And you're doing a good job doing that and just focusing on what's in front of you. But I feel like with this difficult influences, it may be difficult for you to accept anything else into your circle right now because you feel like you're unbalanced, and that's okay. But just to remember also that you don't want to close yourself off to love. So if somebody is offering you something in love, remember that you want to, take the time to see what this person is talking about and what they want to let you know. Card number 4 is This Makes Sense. Pisces Suns. So we have the 8 of Swords for This Makes Sense, Pisces Suns. So how do you feel when you see this card, Pisces Suns? Does it make sense to you when I show you this card, the 8 of Swords, and I say that this card represents what makes sense? Does it make sense to you? Because I'm not a Pisces sun, but what this card is saying to me for what makes sense for you right now is this is a past card, and it has to do with having been tied up and really feeling like you had no way to escape. And so the reason why it makes sense, this situation that you're in with the difficult influences being focusing, the 4 of Cups, difficult influences, and being happy and content in this creation, this bubble creation that you've created, where you feel at peace and at warmth and at joy with yourself and being able to focus on what is in front of you, is that you've been through enough already with This Makes Sense card, the 8 of Swords. You've been through enough already up into this moment, and you don't want to have to rock the boat. This card is talking about being tied up by your mind. It could be because the swords are a suit that represent the mind, and so perhaps you created, maybe it could have been that you created this trap for yourself because you put up all these boundaries in your mind, or you told yourself lies to be able to cope with something, but you weren't able to escape because to cope you were telling yourself lies. So it's almost like you were creating more of a situation where you couldn't escape. But this could also be that somebody around you was causing you to create those lies in order for you to allow yourself to cope. You believe those lies and you put those lies up, just like these swords have been placed upright into the dirt to kind of protect you, like to create a wall of protection around you, because you were so tied up in some sort of situation, just like this person here is tied up and blindfolded, and you were almost blindsided by the fact that if you can just imagine this woman, right? And she's tied up like this with this band around her eyes. Before she has herself tied up, let's imagine somebody is passing her these lies. And in order to deal with all these lies that she's being passed one at a time, she puts them into the earth and she makes them her own. She puts another one in the earth and she puts another one in the earth, and she's creating a wall for herself that people cannot go through because it's sharp. And so it's almost like this is a situation that she created, or he created, or you created to protect yourself. But then it's almost like you were tied up, like you were going in circles, putting these swords into the earth. And as you were holding on to this cloth, it could have been like a protective symbol, like perhaps a baby with a blanket. There was something that you were holding on to, and as you were turning in circles, placing down these swords to protect yourself, you were raveling yourself up into this situation where you were stuck. And so if you can just imagine that, I know it sounds pretty helter-skelter, but if you can just imagine that you were dealing with something that was hard for you to deal with, and so you kind of created a protection for yourself out of the lies that you were being fed, and you also kind of tie yourself up by accident trying to protect yourself, and now you don't know how to get out of it. So for this makes sense. It makes sense because right now we had the third card was difficult influences, and it was the fact that right now you are feeling like you're in an okay position. And this makes sense because if this was your past, then of course you want to feel like you feel good in this position and you don't want to leave this position, because this is a position of freedom. You can close off your arms and say, I don't want to let anybody in, because maybe you let too many people in the past and it caused you to really feel tied up and stuck. And now you're finally free from that, and you're able to just meditate on what's in front of you and be at peace with the blue sky and the nice warm air, really representing that atmosphere of being at peace with what you've created within your family and within yourself and within your surroundings, that you don't want to go back to that Eight of Swords. And this makes sense that you don't want to go back to the Eight of Swords, because it's not a very good position to be in. So I hope this is making sense to you, Pisces Suns. Please comment down below if it does, or leave a like. The fifth card, I don't know why I said that. The fifth card that we have is Unexpected Insight, card number 5, Pisces Suns. The Tower, Unexpected Insight. So what do you see when you look at this card? How do you see yourself in this card? Because this is the unexpected insight that you are receiving. Unexpected Insight and the Tower, card number 16 in the Major Arcana. I see the end of something that was built on a bad foundation for this card. So unexpected insight for you is that something was built on a bad foundation and needs to be destroyed, needs to come down in order to allow you to escape. So also there's a crown on top of the tower, almost to symbolize like whoever was in control of that bad foundation and building that tower on the bad foundation is being overthrown. So this card could represent the situation around you. I don't think it represents you at all. I think it represents that somebody was at fault, and they are being shown their karma. That's basically what I see with this card, the Tower. Unexpected insight. Somebody is going to be shown their karma because their life was built on a faulty foundation and they thought they were on top of the world, living their life. So this could be somebody that is in your life that is going to be dealing with this, or perhaps you're learning about a situation where somebody is in a situation somewhat like the Tower, where they're encountering sort of like this travesty, this big bang, like this sort of like return of karma to them, and it doesn't have anything to do with you in the sense that this is your Tower moment, but I feel like you're seeing that karma is a thing, and that people do receive back what they put out. And so for unexpected insight for you with your decision making, I think you see that you've been putting good karma out into the world, Pisces Suns. And if you haven't, I think that you can put yourself into this Tower situation and know that what goes around comes around. But if you feel like this doesn't apply to you, this Tower situation, perhaps it could be that someone in your life is encountering this situation now where their foundation is being torn down, their tower is being torn down, and there's going to be something else that needs to be rebuilt, but on a firm foundation in order to allow it to stand. So it could be you, or it could be somebody that you're dealing with. But the insight is that karma comes around. What goes around comes around. And if there's something that has been built on, lies or deceit, it eventually will come down, because only things that are built on the goodness of truth and love can actually stand firm. And this Tower card is a card that is pictorial. Obviously, it's a symbol for a situation that is in the real world. But I think that with this Tower card, there may be a little bit of confusion in it, because you may think, well, what does this tower card have to do with me? And I think it just has to show you that behind the scenes, people are getting what they deserve, even though you may think sometimes, how is this person getting away scot-free with what they did? The fact of the matter is they won't, because the tower is a thing. And look at the foundation. It's jaggedy. It looks like it's going to fall apart. And that's why this tower has to be torn down by that lightning bolt, because whoever built that tower and called themselves the king of that tower needs to be shown karma. And so Spirit is stepping in, and the lightning is being struck right here, causing the tower to go on fire, causing that king of that castle to be overthrown, and causing those who were helping that person build that life of lies being thrown out of that castle. So it's actually an insight into telling you that behind the scenes things are working out as they should. And don't beat yourself up over things that you can't control, because what you're doing right now is dealing with the trauma within your own life, and with the love that you feel like you're lacking in your life. You feel like, you've been through the rigmarole, the ringer, and now you're trying to rebuild your life, and you're almost worried about the things around you a little bit too much, because you feel like you have to be able to make things better. But in reality, those things that you can't control will be controlled by the divine, just like with this Tower card. So Pisces Suns, the next card we have for you is card number 6, and it's the outcome. So we have the Lovers card. What do you see when you look at this card, the Lovers, Pisces Suns? How do you feel when you look at this card? I feel a sense of unity, but what do you see? How do you see yourself in this Lovers card, Pisces Suns? This card represents the outcome. I feel like this card is telling you that what you've been giving is going to come back to you. Because remember, we were dealing with the fact that you are feeling like you're not loving the way you should. You are feeling like you need to focus on what's in front of you. You've been through the rigmarole. You've been fed a lot of lies over your lifetime that you've used to build up a protective wall around you. And with your focus, it's almost like you're focusing on other people being better than you because you may have low self-esteem. But really, the fact that you are seeing that in other people means that if you see it in other people and you admire it in them, it's possibly also because you have it within yourself. And so maybe sometimes you see somebody and you say, oh, I don't like that person, because you kind of feel jealous of them. But then you realize that you actually do like them, because what you see in them is something that you wish you had in yourself. And the fact that you originally were kind of like, put off by the fact that that person made you uncomfortable could have meant that that was actually a good thing that you were seeing in yourself, and you just couldn't accept it because maybe you weren't feeling like you had the highest self-esteem at that point. But with the Lovers card being the outcome, I really feel like that's how karma is going to come back to you. Because remember, we had the Tower card for unexpected insight, saying that karma will come around for those who deserve it. And the Lovers card being your outcome card means that this is your karma. The Lovers card is what is going to be returning to you, which means that if that's your karma, that's what you've been putting out, Pisces. You've been putting out love, because karma is coming back to you in the Lovers card. So don't feel like you're not doing it right. Don't feel like you're any less of a human being because you've been through a lot of SHIT with people who have put you down or made you feel less than you are. Because the Lover's card is how you are going to be repaid, because you deserve to be loved and you deserve that love in your life. And if you are looking for that special person, you deserve that special person. And perhaps if you really want that person in your life, they will come into your life. And if you have that person in your life, know that that person loves you because you have the Lover's card. And so if that person has you in their life, know that they cherish you because they see that you're a lover and you're not a fighter in the sense that you want to create problems for people. You're just a fighter in the sense that you want to stand up for love. So that was the outcome card for you, Pisces. I'm just going to show you what the spread looks like in front of me. So this was the decision maker spread in front of me, Pisces Suns. I'm just going to go in and show you what the cards were. So for you now, you had the Six of Pentacles, Pisces Suns, upside down. For this is your focus, we had the Queen of Pentacles reversed, upside down. For difficult influences, we had the Four of Cups, Pisces Suns. For this makes sense, we had the Eight of Swords. For this makes sense, Pisces Suns. For unexpected insight, we had the Tower card, Pisces Suns. And the last card we had was the outcome, card number 6, Pisces Suns, in the Major Arcana, and it was the Lover's card for you for your outcome. So that was the spread, Pisces Suns. So my Pisces Suns, thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed this tarot reading video for you. If you did, please leave a thumbs up or a comment as well. If you enjoy my video, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, Mo Moon, here on YouTube. And if you do subscribe, remember to hit the notification bell so you can know when I upload a new video as soon as I do. Again, my name is Mo Moon, and I will see you in my next video, Pisces Suns. Bye.